Hello.
Hi, guys. This is season one, episode 5 of the Positive Vibe Enthusiast. And we are filming from a very special location, and it may or may not be near cornfields. That's for you to decide.
Mm.
And yeah, this is the Positive Vibe Enthusiast, and let's get started. Coming tonight, back again, hosting specially for us, filling in for Allison tonight. We have Tracey. How are you doing, Tracey?
I am good, no complaints. Fantabulous, as one would
Yes.
say. Pleased that y'all had me back again tonight.
Yes. We're glad to have you.
Whoop whoop, Tracy. All right.
Ready for tonight's discussion,
Yes, I'm
wherever it may
sure.
lead us.
Right. Okay. And Tony, how are you? Coming to us from Chicago. How are you?
Well, fabulous here on this Sunday fun day. Um, uh, it is a great day, even though hey, I've had some challenges, but this show and the theme of the show and the driving force behind it reminds me to stay positive. You know what I mean? You gotta keep it positive.
Yes. Yes. Amen. I absolutely. And how about you coming in from Hobart? How are you, Damo?
I am doing good, doing good. I am back. Sorry I missed you guys last week, but I am here today.
Yay. And last but not least, we have Siobhan coming to you straight from H Town. How are you doing tonight?
Doing lovely. Chilling with the longest legs in Texas.
All right now. You say I'm a cold
That-
drink of water.
Well, I'm just going to ask you guys a good question. How was your week? I want some updates. How was everything this week?
So I'll jump in at once.
This week was cool. I mean, weekend was great. Went to a cigar lounge, had me a cigar and a cocktail, so it was real relaxed and chill.
What kind of cocktail?
What? Okay.
Well, it really wasn't a cocktail. It was a glass of wine. It was a Pinot Noir.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What brand? Like, is it like got anything you want to like suggest for somebody who may like cigars and
I
Pinot
can't
Noir?
remember. Oh, the cigar was a specialty like road flavor cigar. It was pina colada, but I typically will smoke a blondie, which is acid, and then the wine. I can't remember the brand of the wine, but it was actually pretty good. I can't remember the brand of that wine though. But that was
It
my
was
first.
good.
That
Shout
was
out
my
to
first
Cigar
time
Lounge.
drinking it. So the cigar lounge is actually Karma, and it's located in Maryville, Indiana, right off of Route 30.
Okay, so people can check it out. They're in the area. Sounds dope. How about you, Tracy?
Um, my week was my week. Let's start with the week because weekend ain't over with. My week was okay. Had a couple clients. Like I said last episode, I'm a nail tech esthetician. So did a couple mani pedis. I actually did a mani pedi for a guy yesterday for Sweetie's Day. His wife special requested order that one.
Oh,
So
what did you
nobody
use
like a
the?
man with crusty feet. So
I
Oh,
know, right?
her doing
and
that.
you know what's so funny? She tried to dog his feet though, like they was bad, and I'm looking at him like I've seen
Tracy said
worse.
I seen some claws before.
I'm trying to tell you, I had to reassure him. I had to make him feel better. Like I've seen worse. Don't feel bad.
Your
I
toes ain't
got you.
that bad.
We
Well,
gonna take care of you, get you together. But he actually enjoyed it.
That's
well, I got a
good.
That was
question,
cool.
Tracy, on the topic of feet. Have
Oh
you
Lord.
ever had a set of feet that were so bad that you didn't want to work on them?
I have had some feet that were bad that I couldn't work on them.
But
Ooh,
Oh Lord.
what part of their foot?
wait, what do you
I'm
mean?
curious to know.
Toenails.
Oh.
Oh.
Ugh.
Oh. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was gonna be a positive conversation.
I mean,
So how do you address that? Like, if you,
I-
I mean, I know I would be like, I would probably go home and cry if I
no,
put my feet in front of somebody and they were like, nah.
No,
But
so I
I'm like,
mean,
how do you do that? How do you have that conversation? Because I gotta imagine it's gotta be awkward for you.
no,
being
it's
Yeah,
not.
them,
It's not awkward for me. You just kind of just let them know, like, at this time, this is a service that I can't perform for you, unfortunately, because
Ooh.
of what's going on. But
Can you imagine
you
someone
you
telling you
but
that?
you have to
I
also
just did.
Oh
recommend
my gosh.
you have to recommend them to see a podiatrist. Like, they
oh
can't
Lord,
just,
you gotta go to
like,
a
if it's
doctor.
something if it's something that I can't physically do for you, then that means it's at that point where I need to just refer you to a podiatrist,
Yeah.
and you need to go and
Ooh.
see a specialist about what's going on with your feet. In the event, once all of that is handled and taken care of,
He
then
can
you can
come
come
back and see
back,
you,
and
right?
I
Yeah.
take good care of you. I
Uh-huh.
mean, but it's a lot of things that
Well,
it's
she just made me feel better about my black toenails
no,
right
I mean,
Oh
now.
but you
Lord.
got to think too. It's a lot of things that cause issues with feet. It could be like health issues. It could
Mhm.
be
Mm-hmm.
medication that they on. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily the person. It could just be some things that might have happened in life, like trauma to the feet. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it's different things that could be wrong that have caused whatever is going on. But I mean, like, if it's something that I can work on, I'm gonna work on it. I don't care how bad your feet are, because I like money. So,
I hear you.
that's neither here nor there. I can
Do
put
you
some
charge
gloves on
extra
and
for that?
and take. No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no. I mean, it depends.
So
Well, let me say this.
you
I'll
get
say
Myra
this.
and you gotta pull out the
If I got
power
Myra,
stone to
if
work on
I
them
have
feet.
if I have a Myra, and that I know that a basic pedicure is not gonna solve your issue, then I'm gonna up your service. I'm
Mm,
gonna offer a
Okay.
different service that may cater to what is going wrong or what your
okay.
issue is. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
you might come in and say, "Yeah, I just want a
A
basic
basic,
pedicure,"
yeah, on the basic.
and then I see your feet and they all crusty, and I'm knowing that a basic pedicure not gonna help that. I'm gonna advise you, like, so we need to upgrade you to
To the
maybe
wax,
a
yeah, yeah.
deluxe pedicure, which involves me an exfoliation, a
A lot of
mask. You know
essential
what I'm
oils,
saying? A lot. You are so right. You know these things.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
Okay.
you know I go crazy.
That's what I'm talking about.
And
I
I want
like
you
that
laughing at
though.
my toes.
No, baby, I ain't gonna laugh, baby. I'm not
Huh?
gonna
the
laugh at
deluxe
your
What?
feet.
construction pedicure, complete with power
I
sanders and drills. Like,
Man,
I'm
I'm
still
not gonna
stuck.
laugh at you, but I'm gonna help get you together, baby. I'm gonna let you know, okay, this what we gonna do, this what we not gonna do, and this is what you're gonna do also at home to help this. Because you
I'm
also have to have a regimen outside of that.
yeah, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
still stuck on the foot trauma. I'm like, how you got feet trauma?
I
You
mean,
walking
you
too
you
much?
just no, not walking, like, you gotta think. Okay, so here, prime example. I got one for you right here. So,
All right.
them old school, and some people might still have these. You remember when you walk in your room and you kick the bed frame?
Oh yeah.
You
yes.
stub your toe on the bed, and every time you stub your toe, it's the same toe in the same
Ooh.
spot, that
Oh
same bed
Lord.
frame.
Hmm.
Just constant
So
trauma
that make
to that toe,
so it makes
and
the
you
toes look
not.
ugly.
No, I mean, it can cause the nail to grow in.
I'm sorry, Tracy. I'm trying to make you laugh,
No,
not me
no,
scared.
it can cause the grow nail to grow, to the toenail to grow deformed. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it didn't heal right,
You're
it.
right. Tracy, you just made me think of so my freshman year of college, I lived in a sport quad, and my roommate played soccer. And those soccer players, like she had like what I thought was a dead toe because
Oh,
like I saw her without toenail polish and she had like a black toenail, and I was like, ooh. But I noticed that was what was going on with a lot of the people who played soccer because they were playing
mm-hmm.
in those cleats and kicking each other and shin guards and stuff. But a lot of them had foot trauma,
All the yeah, they got the
like
trauma.
and had their toes were jacked. But yeah,
It could be a trauma. It could be fungus. It could be a number of things. You got to think, if they wearing these shoes and they feet constantly
Yeah,
wet and they not letting
with
it dry out, and yeah,
no
you
socks.
gotta
Ooh, Lord, I be
right.
on
You
my
gotta
parents
take
about
care of
that.
your
Put some
feet.
socks on them feet. And then some people toes need to be in some shoes, but that's a different story. You paint them so they can be pretty, they can be out.
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah, see, you're a miracle worker, Tracy. You're a miracle
Man,
worker.
I'm
Look,
trying my best to
one toe at a
perform these
time.
miracles. Say it again. Say it again.
One point.
Yes.
So, Tony, how was your week?
My week was pretty good for the most part. It did get a little challenging for today, but we're still making through. Still keeping on.
Yes, absolutely. And how about you, Siobhan?
Oh man, my week was good. Well, my week was like so with work. I was just trying to get it done, but then like it cooled down so much down here. I know everybody on the north is probably gonna be like, "Shut up!" But we had like one day of 60 that I was not anticipating, and that was rough for me. But by Saturday it was 80s again. But I went and played kickball yesterday, and I had the best time ever. And I mean, I know I laugh about White Claws and stuff, but I will say this: Trulies are superior to the White Claw.
I disagree.
What's that?
I said I disagree.
Oh no, they're just so much more flavorful. They taste so much better. Like, because somebody brought White Claws, and then I made a run to go get some Trulies. Which I'll say this: kickball is all right, but buzzed kickball is where it's at. Like, the game just hits different when you got a little bit of zing going through you. So I'm just like, you know what? After a few of these, this isn't quite bad. So yeah, this is where it's at. But yeah, it was a good week overall, though.
Did your team win?
No, but that's not important. We played the game with vigor, and we were living our best lives. There was a lot of great socialization and great conversation taking place. I did have like a really good double play moment. But yeah, no, we lost. Actually, we kind of got stomped. And the whole time I was like, it's okay. This is where we make our comeback. Our comeback ended up being 3-6. But that was way better than just being 0. So I was proud of us.
Well, that's good. That sounds like you guys had a great week. That's pretty dope.
What about yours, Tashi? How was your week?
My week was very well. I started off in Houston, and then it ended here in Illinois. I was here in town. I have a godson now named Liam.
Oh.
He is 8 months old, and he has been baptized. So I was there for his service. It's a big day on Saturday. It was beautiful.
Nice.
That's nice.
So, and I got to stay with a friend. Shout out to Jenny
Whoop, whoop.
and Jackson.
Did you
For
cry?
letting me stay with them. Did I cry?
Oh Lord.
When?
That's a no. That's a no. She did not cry.
Clearly.
Like, I just didn't understand, like, when, like,
You
where,
said he was
when
baptized.
At the
crying
baptism.
be?
Oh, like people cry at baptism? That's a crying occasion?
I mean,
Hey, I didn't know about that one.
Like that, and
I mean, I will say I felt I can see where someone could maybe cry.
as a godparent, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Why I'm saying that.
not Tashi. She ice cold. What you talking about?
I mean, hey, we all got a soft side to us.
She just got to know Liam. She
right. Like, Tashi is a thug, y'all. You better recognize.
Tashi ain't said nothing.
Said not a teen.
What I'm trying to say is that a moment I'm definitely proud to be there, honored to be there. You know what I mean? It was more spiritual. Like, it wasn't like what wasn't for crying to me. Like, that's not the type of emotion that was in me during that moment. No,
Okay.
Not crying, but proud and honored. Absolutely.
Nice.
Touching.
Yeah, it sounds like it was a moving moment, a proud moment for sure. And that's why you're out broadcasting from a cornfield today?
Near a cornfield. Don't be coming for Linwood.
Yeah.
Don't be coming for
Okay.
Linwood. Got too much Linwood on the phone.
Say it again.
We know how to read and write.
All right. So I want to follow up on some questions that we were talking about last week, like dating older men and why it's better. And I wanted to, question that. Okay, so I guess my question is, have you dated an older man, and if you have, like, have you ever dated a younger gentleman? And like, which one do you prefer? Like, do you think that one is more mature than the other?
I guess I'll start the
What's wrong?
conversation.
Like, you're
I
Meaning
mean,
I've done both, and they both have their issues. Okay, you just gonna get one with
yeah.
more wisdom, maybe stuck in their
Mhm.
ways, and then you got one that you got to train. So you got to pick your poison on this situation. You know, it is what it is. But as long as you can find some love in that situation, that's where I'm at on that. But you know, for me, you always gonna have some type of
Mhm.
situation or learning curve or unlearning curve, or you know. So, but
Mm.
tell me on y'all front because
I
y'all more
mean, I guess it
Well,
interested
kind
than
I
of
me.
was,
depends on like where you are in your life.
yep.
I've dated younger men, I've dated older men, but you know, when I was in my 20s, I've dated younger men, I've dated older men. But in my 20s, I was just enjoying life. So age didn't really matter to me, you know, because I was just having fun, enjoying life, dating, you know, going on dates was just fun to me. But as I got older in my 30s, I'm like, okay, now I want to settle down. I want to start my career. I want to have kids. So dating a younger man for me, like younger, when I say younger man, it's someone younger than me, my age, like 33, 30. You know what I'm saying? Younger than me, but not like my age, even my age, you know. But dating someone younger than me, and that's not really mature. But there are a lot of younger men who are mature and they're ready, you know, for the same things that you may be ready for. So I don't really think it has anything to do with an age. You know, it's just, you know, about your maturity. And if you and I are on the same level, if we want the same things, you know, if we have the same belief system. So I don't know. I've dated younger, I've dated older. I've had issues with both. I've had great, you know, great relationships with both, you know, even if just as friends. Um,
yeah, I'm with Tony. It is a mixed bag on both. You can, yes, some they do have more wisdom in select areas. I find that the men who I've dated who have been older than myself, they're usually more set in their careers. They've got the money to throw around. They don't mind doing it. But one of the things that I felt has been a drawback with those older men is that older men who have money are of the mindset
Are
that
you
they
on the
want you to
phone?
Oh
constantly
no,
be
you're
the
fine.
boss.
hmm?
And I think that sometimes they feel like, oh, I spend this kind of money, so they expect a certain behavior out of you, which didn't always go well with me because I'm not one to be controlled. It's like fine for you to do nice things for me, but don't expect anything from me because of that. Whereas younger guys, I think they're on the whole, they're a lot more fun. Like it's more of a lighthearted relationship. But I've never taken guys who have dated who are younger than me seriously because I always felt like, okay, well, if even if you're like a couple years younger than me, I feel like, okay, well, we probably aren't looking to do all the same things. And that might have been just a count against them on my part, even though they might have had different intentions. But I never had it in my head that, oh, yeah, I'm going to try to make you something more. It was always like, nope, you're here for fun. Let's go have fun. Let's have a great time. You're a fun boyfriend. That's it.
Okay.
Well, I'd say I'd agree with all of you all, but it kind of almost just really depends on where you're at in life mentally,
Mm-hmm.
and what you're willing to accept. Um, I think at the end of the day, that's all that really matters because I've been with, like you say, younger guys, older guys. I was with a younger guy who just wasn't ready for what I was ready for and was honest enough to say it. And I was with an older guy who believed in polygamy. And I just was like, that's not where I
Oh
want to be.
Lord.
Like, you know, you older than me, you a grown ass man, and this the games we playing. Oh, okay. Well, let's not say we did. But you know, I mean, yeah, like I don't know. It just kind of depends on where you're at in life and what you're willing to accept. I think at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree.
No, I definitely, yeah, I agree with everything you all were saying, definitely.
So I had my niece give me some question ideas for tonight, and one of her questions for you panel was, or for the panel tonight was, what's your favorite drink and
Favorite
why?
drink?
Yeah, like you at the
Oh,
bar, the world is
oh.
open. It's 2009.
Mm.
What year is it?
Drinking.
Or I'm sorry, what time of year is it?
Oh Lord.
Is it present day?
Oh, it's okay. It's Labor Day
Oh Lord.
weekend in Chicago, 2009.
Oh,
What are
well,
you
if,
drinking?
2009.
it's before 3 o'clock, I'm drinking Frosé. If it's after 3 o'clock, I'm probably having a vodka or a tequila cocktail.
But why?
Well, I like a slushy frosé is delicious, and I thoroughly enjoy day drinking next to the pool like that. And frosé would be the drink of choice for me. It's just so good.
It is delicious, especially in Houston on a
Oh my
hot
god,
day. You're right.
it's so good. And then like
That'll make a sober girl. Oh, hold on, it's 2009.
yeah,
I'm with you.
Oh Lord.
it's
I'm drinking along
2009.
with you.
I want to say in 2009, I want to say I'm drinking Stella. I think Stella sponsored all of the parties back then in 2009. I'm probably
all
going
the
to say
parties.
Stella.
Oh
For
yeah,
sure,
you're
Stella.
right.
Morning, noon, and night.
No, you know who sponsored a bunch of parties? Effing vodka. We be drinking black cherry.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Ooh,
girl,
Lord.
I ain't had no effing in so long. Oh my god.
That's where we be. Effing vodka, a black cherry, effing and lemonade.
Oh my god, I can't drink that shit. I'm just
That's-
thinking about back then drinking effing vodka. Oh. Woo.
I can
Make my
smell
stomach
No,
it.
how
hurt.
about
I
what
got a
about
headache.
do y'all remember UV vodka?
Yes.
Ugh.
What was that blue raspberry?
different
Yes, with
flavors.
lemonade.
Ah.
No, y'all remember this? Y'all remember
Yeah, girl, Blue Label.
Mm, mm.
Girl,
Ooh,
I
yeah.
had some
Y'all-
horrible nights off of that.
Oh my gosh.
Ugh.
Oh my god,
Haribo.
what was the first drink y'all was
Okay, so we got Siobhan's favorite drink. Anybody
My
else
favorite
can
drink would
share?
probably be tequila.
Okay,
Why?
and why?
I don't know. I've had my fair share of other alcohols, and tequila seems to be the only one that I can still function off of. The rest of them, they do
Okay,
things to me,
all
like,
right.
like you know how you got your truth serum. Well, you had your truth serum, yeah, and you used to be like, don't ever give me that if you don't want to know the truth, yeah. So like that's how them other drinks make me feel, if not worse. Tequila, I'm
Oh,
like
geez.
smooth sailing, like, yeah.
I'm with you. You good stuff.
Okay.
Like if you're drinking like a cocktail, Don Julio. Like, but
That's my drink.
I want to do like if we're just like sipping it. Like okay, so I'll drink tequila in warmer months, but when it's cooler, I like to sip like just a neat spirit. But if you're talking about like reposado and añejo, oh man, they're so good.
It's
They're
great,
so good.
excellent.
What about you, Tony? Oh, we did lose Tony? Yeah, that's okay. He'll be back. Also, okay, so that was the drink. Well, let's see what else she has on here. Oh, here's a good question. Do you think rich people have the power to impact people positively? And she says rich people and the people in charge. Like, do you think it's because it's so negative right now? Her question is, do you think there's a way that it's going to be changed?
I think they could, direction? But will they is the bigger question. And the answer to that is no.
No.
I think there's the problem in our world, I would say in our country more specifically, is not wealth. There is a considerable amount of wealth here. The distribution of wealth is the issue. Yep. Not everybody is receiving the same level of, funds. They're not receiving the same level of education. They're not seeing the same in healthcare. So if people who were sitting on the type of wealth, I mean, like for instance, Jeff Bezos could wipe out all of our student loans. Jeff Bezos alone could wipe out student loans, any housing debt, any hospital medical bill debt, all by himself. Will he do that?
Nope.
The odds are likely no. But if he did that, how would that change the world? How would that impact people from a different perspective? But yeah, I mean, there's room for people to make changes and to help others, but rarely do people do things like that.
Okay.
We have somebody shuffling outside.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like something's going down. For sure. Something was going down. So how about, someone else? Like, what do you
I
think?
agree with what Siobhan said. Everything.
Okay. All right. So that was a kind of unanimous thing there. Well, I guess I want to kind of circle back to the online dating updates. Like, what's going on? Like, what happened? Is there any updates?
Oh man. Well, if you're talking about the date from last week, I kind of told him to kick rocks today. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I mean,
He was tardy for the party.
He was. I mean, it's totally his fault, though, because so if we wrapping up from last week, he was asking for a second date, saying he wanted a second date when we were there, and I said to him like, "Oh, are you asking?" He said, "I'm going to," and I thought, okay, well that's wild, particularly since you had already asked what my schedule was. That sounds like you're about to jump in on this. Well, throughout the week, he was just kind of touch and go on messaging, in which, like, I don't mind showing you that I'm interested, but what I'm not going to do is chase you. I'm not believing in that.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to fall back and see what he does. And then Thursday went by, nothing. Friday went by, nothing. Saturday went by, nothing. And here it is Sunday, and I'm just like, okay, cool. But
I have a question for you, Siobhan. I have a question.
What's that?
Because I caught the show briefly last week, and I just kind of I know I wasn't present, but was there a sign in the beginning when you started talking to him? Did you know that he really wasn't going to be as present as you thought he was? Was there a sign in the beginning?
I don't think so. And I was thinking about that. So the sign that I took was that he didn't ask for the date. Like, he didn't make the date arrangement right there. That was the red signal to me of like, okay, you want a second date. You asked what my schedule was, but then you didn't move forward in actually solidifying the second date.
What about your first
what
date?
I thought was odd.
What about your first date, though?
That was we only had a first date.
Right. So prior to actually going out on a date with him, did he call you or text you to confirm? I'm trying to remember the conversation that you guys had last week.
Yes. So he asked, hey, can we do Saturday this time, this place? And I said yes. And then that was on Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, I didn't hear from him. And I thought, okay, well, I guess this isn't happening. First thing Saturday morning, he's like, hey, Siobhan, are we still on? And I said, oh, okay, yes. And then when we met, he said, yes, sorry, I wasn't texting like crazy or anything because I felt like we hadn't had a first date or anything. So I didn't really want to be investing a lot of time in somebody who I didn't know or who I didn't think I would hit it off with. I wanted to know for sure that I liked you first. And I was like, okay, that's fair enough because I wasn't going to pursue you or try anything either until this. So that didn't really bother me so much, but I took that also as you're not interested because you said to me earlier that you didn't want to text someone if you didn't think you were going to hit off with them. So I just took that as that combined with the fact that you didn't make a second date and then the touch and go texting as you're not interested. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't believe in the whole ghosting thing.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of times when guys do ghost, they try to creep back in like, I just left the door cracked. I didn't actually close it and say, hey, I'm not interested. So I like to close the door behind you if you try to pull that. So I said to him, best of luck on your search today. And he responds with, I actually had a death in the family and I am interested in you. And I thought you didn't like me. And I was just like, no, sir. No. Too late. So
Mm.
that's the end of that.
Mm.
Well, okay. Well, that's unfortunate. But you know what though? It's good that if you like let's say you got through
Mhm.
the BS quick, So that's the one plus. I'd rather it be one date versus 6 dates and it's
Yeah,
like, oh, this guy is a
I
douche.
don't want to do that either. I don't want to waste the time or my breath or the energy doing it. And I mean, it was one of those moments of like, okay, yeah, this is already difficult because, I truly have disdain for online dating, but I'm trying it. And I know like this is just natural part of, you got to weed through a lot of shit.
Right.
This is how it is. But it's still just so exhausting every time. Like, this is part of the cycle.
It's well, I'm not out dating
Mm.
anymore,
I'm about to
but
say.
I know you got out of the rat race.
but
Congratulations.
but
Done.
but I
Ain't sitting these
remember
streets,
I
kids. If you
remember
find somebody, stay with
when
them.
I was dating, online dating or just meeting somebody, face to face. It was exhausting, and it was challenging at times,
Yeah.
But what I'm hearing from you though, Siobhan, is what I like is that you are paying attention to those signs prior to even going out on a date with him or with anybody. So you're seeing those signs and you're noticing what is going on and what may happen, before going out. So you're not setting yourself up for failure.
Mhm.
And that's good.
Word.
And that's something that I didn't learn when I was dating, So I mean that's good to hear
Well,
that you
and
are. Go ahead.
I'll say this too, is that when I look in their profiles, I look for the troubles that there are red alerts and red flags like hidden in there. It's a scavenger hunt in every profile.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that if you say you have kids, okay, that's fine. And
Mhm.
which is one of the things that's a difficult aspect too, because there are a lot of
Mm.
guys who are 30. I got kids, never been married. I got kids and divorced already. I'm like, okay, if you're 30 to 36 and you recently got divorced and you already have kids, you're probably not looking to make a quick turnaround. I'm just going to go ahead and ignore you.
Yeah.
If you are someone who has never been married, but you have a child who is under the age of 3, I'm not interested. Because where is that child's mother? Where the hell did she go? Are you a widower?
Mm-hmm.
If that's not the case, then there's likely a complicated situation attached to that. So there are just certain things I'm like, no, that don't get me started. If they have a sob story in their profiles about, oh, well, I had some setbacks. Setbacks like what? Financial? Are you on drugs? Like what's going on here? I don't want none of that. So I'm looking at all of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
She covering all her bases.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
Well,
you
my,
Man.
have
my
to. Gotta
question
stay
for you all,
vigilant, as
and
they say.
I do apologize if you already answered
That.
this, but how do you go from online dating to actually meeting the person in
Anybody
this
else online
pandemic?
dating? Anybody else dating?
Well, no,
Mm.
well, I just want to
I'm trying to
know.
Tracey?
prepare for a cooking
Well,
season.
I met, like I said, I met somebody in
Mm.
real life.
Mm.
I mean, I'm living vicariously through you guys right now. So
No, you got to, so you need to calm down. I'm just joking.
anybody, who's up next?
Oh, she
Uh,
can't hear me. She can't hear me. Oh Lord.
Tracy, you all
Oh,
moaning?
I can
What's
hear it.
going on over
I
there?
ain't moaning. I just said, yeah. So I got one of them tricky ones too.
Okay.
uh-oh.
Like a situation
Yeah.
trip.
No, it ain't a situationship. It's So I call myself trying out the online dating,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
and it's so funny because I talked to Tashi earlier this week about it, and I kind of told her, I gave her a little brief synopsis of what was going on, and you know, everything was all good in the beginning, and then just like a day or two later, it just all took a turn for some weird ish. I'm just gonna say that. So rewind. So I met this guy.
Okay.
And when I first started talking to him, it was kind of like it wasn't even like oh like an instant like attraction. It was more or less on some like business type stuff. So he's a barber. He has a shop, and he has 2 other locations that he's looking at trying to, start up. And I told him what I did. And he was just like, you seem like a woman about their business, and I would like to do some work with you. Okay. So as time go by, we kind of talk and getting to know each other. And I guess he kind of starts to grow an interest in me. And that's fine because I'm not really looking at him like that. Well, needless to say, so a little description about him. He's 40. He's been married. He has kids. Um, um, he has his own place and all of this stuff. Now, I have not met him yet, but we have had the opportunity to video chat with each other, which is really good because I think this is a really, especially with all of this that's going on in the world, I think the online virtual dating is a really good way to get to know somebody before you actually go into dating and you wasting time, money, and all of that. So I think this is really good because I'm getting to see a side of him that, I probably wouldn't have seen if I had have actually physically met with him. I don't know if it makes a difference. He's a Leo. And it's so funny because I'm a Sag and we're both fire signs. And I love Leos. But this Leo right here is a liar. Okay. Let me tell you, first of all, he's a July Leo. Y'all get that? July.
Liars. I got it.
July Leo. Okay. Oh my God. So I thought it was so weird. So like I say, as time progressed and I'm talking to him, getting to know him, it's like I started to catch on to the little things, like just little things. So I don't know if it's like embarrassment or what, but so these last couple of days that I've been talking to him, now I get it. I understand if you're a family man and you do a lot for your mom, especially considering certain circumstances that might be going on with her. But you telling me you got your own crib and you live on your own, but every time I talk to you, you're at your mom's house. And your background has not changed. That's why I'm loving this video chat. It's amazing. His background has not changed. So I have yet to see his house. He told me that he was married and he only has 2 kids. Well, come to find out, he has 4 kids.
Oh
Lord.
Lord, he lying.
Yes.
I dealt with that before too, but goodness.
He told me that he's only been in 2 relationships. I laughed.
With 4 kids?
This was before I found out he had 4 kids. At this point, I only knew that he had 2 kids, and they were both grown. And not to mention, he's a granddaddy.
Ooh,
what? Yeah, right. Did I tell y'all he was 40?
No, already.
Yeah, okay.
Granddaddy at 40.
I get it.
The one.
His oldest is 21. So that makes sense. His oldest is 21. His oldest is the one with the child. So I get it. Whatever. That's fine. That ain't got nothing to do with me. So like I say, he tells me that he's only been in 2 serious relationships. I said, okay, and I laughed. And I guess he's kind of waiting for me to ask the next question, and I'm kind of trying to figure out what my next question should be. And as I'm asking him, he's like, yeah, so, but you got to know I knocked down a whole bunch of other during that. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then he proceeds to tell me that he was a cheater and he couldn't get it together. So they got a divorce. But I guess he was cheating on his wife with his second baby mama. But he was dating both of them at the same time because his wife was his high school sweetheart. It's just so much that was going on. So his oldest 2 and they all fall back to back pretty much. 21, 19, 18, and then 15, I think. So I'm like, oh, okay. So
19 and 18 were project twins. Those moms were pregnant at the same time.
Exactly, because he was dealing with both of them at the same time. And I'm just like, oh, okay, so this what you on? So it's just so funny how it's like, when I first started talking to him, like none of that was, it was even brought up or even talked about or whatever. And now it's like, I'm asking you questions and now it's coming out. I feel like some of this stuff is some things that you should just be saying off top. I asked you, did you have kids? You told me you only have 2. Now you have 4. Like, that's not something to lie about. And the fact that you can lie about your kids is crazy. Like, that just, I don't care how you got the kids, who their mama is and all of that. Like, the fact that you have 2 other kids that you never told me about from the get-go is just Yeah. So it's just so much we do, and I'm just like, yeah. So not to mention, okay, so it gets even crazier, y'all. So my mom tells me that she has this dream about me, and she said it was a real bad dream. Like, I'm talking about traumatizing dream. And I choose not to really tell you the dream, but I will tell you this. It freaked her out to the point where she had to wake herself up. Like, that's how scary the dream was. So she's telling me about the guy that's in the dream, and as she's describing him, I'm thinking about it like, oh shit, this sounds like the guy that I'm talking to right now. So she's steady telling me about the dream, and I keep asking her, well, what do the person look like? What do the person look like? So she's telling me what this person looked like. I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna solve this. I got a picture for you. So finally, I go get my phone. I come back and I show her the picture of the dude. She's like, oh my God, that's him.
Ooh.
Freakiest shit ever, y'all. Freakiest stuff ever. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I showed her the picture again. She was like, oh my God, that is who was in my dream. She said, whoever that is, you need to leave him alone and don't talk to him. I'm like, okay, enough said. So I said, I don't know if it makes a difference, because to each his own. I don't knock anybody. I mean, I love everybody. I say, I just want to let you know, Ma, he's Haitian. And she was like, what? I'm like, yeah. She was like, that's some hoodoo voodoo. You need to leave that man alone. I'm like, oh my God. So now I'm over here. Not only do she have goosebumps, I have goosebumps, and we just both weirded out. And I'm just like, yeah, so that's a sign. I don't know from who or where, but yeah, I'm gonna have to leave Shody alone. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's a little, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So
Yeah. Stay
I'm
away
just
from that.
glad that,
Interesting.
let me say this. I'm glad that everything happened before I actually met him in person.
Mm-hmm.
I am too.
Oh, you didn't
Yeah.
even meet him and he was a liar like this? I
Yeah,
thought y'all
No,
I was done it to be
no,
a story. Y'all
wow.
introduced each
no,
other. Y'all.
no,
Wow.
no. And see, and that's another reason why I'm kind of like, well, before I had even heard about my mom's dream, I'm like, I was a little leery because I'm like, you already lying to me about something that simple. Like, that was before me. All that happened before me. You know what I'm saying? You had kids, but that doesn't mean that you have to lie to me. And first of all, you grown is all get up. You 40, G. We still doing that.
Mm-hmm.
We still doing that? Like,
He's like, yes, we
who
are.
does that? Like, you have no reason to lie to me. I'm not your
Me.
girlfriend, though. You
I'm the
don't
one
have
who
to lie to
does
me.
that.
I could care less. Because just as quick as I met you, I could leave you and be on to something else. So, yeah. Gotta cut
Yeah.
Shorty loose.
Well, so I guess my next follow-up question would be, do you guys still have the same enthusiasm as you did in like going into
Oh,
the
girl, yeah.
few
Just keep
weeks
our
on
eyes open.
online dating?
Exactly.
I,
Tracy,
I
like, it's
keep
like
a
getting off a
level of
bike.
Yeah.
Hey, get
enthusiasm.
up, get back on.
I
I'm
have an
sorry,
equal
I
level of
didn't hear what you
enthusiasm.
said,
I feel like
Siobhan.
I was never like super gung ho about it. It's really more so I feel it's a necessary evil that I have to engage in at this point, just because we have pandemic and this seems to just be the way of the world where dating is
Yep.
concerned. Like, you just kind of have to go with it. So I was
Mm-hmm.
not particularly excited about it. I just know it's kind of all right. Yeah, this is the way it works now.
That's kind of like
It's incredibly
sad to me.
discouraging. I'm
Cause
not gonna
like, yeah,
lie.
like
I'm not
yeah,
sad.
like
I'm
it's
just,
kind of like
I just feel like it's just dating is increasingly more difficult already, and I think
Mm-hmm.
that it's the older we get, it really does feel like that joke that people are making. Dating after 30 feels like walking through the dump trying to find things to take home, and I'm like, that is really what it is. And you're that especially when you got an online catalog and you're looking at it, I'm like, some of these people have the physical bumps and bruises, like they this is damaged goods for real. So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like, shit, what is usable here? What can we make something work with? So, I mean, I'm trying to stay positive about it and be optimistic that, okay, I look at it this way, that if I exist, if I feel like, I'm somebody who, if I knew that there was a me out there in the world in male form, which I'm expecting there is, I would want to know that man. I would want to get to know that man. And I have to believe that there is somebody, my equal and opposite, who is out there. So yeah, I gotta sift through some shit. He's probably sifting through a ton of shit looking for me right now too. So that's the piece that I'm like, okay, yeah, this is just part of the motions that we got to go through to get each other.
Understood. Well, I guess besides the dating, how are you guys like socializing? Like what are you guys doing to get outside of your house? Like,
oh man, meetup is good, guys. Folks are having outdoor meetups, which especially down here is really good. I'm glad that I found that kickball game because we're going to be making that a regular thing now. But the second wave is about to hit. There is not going to be sitting indoors and whatnot. So I would suggest like people start getting back into that or finding some outdoor activity, a running group or something, which I've been hearing. Like when I was at that game yesterday, a lot of people knew each other in running groups. Like they were all in like outdoorsy activities and hiking groups and stuff together. So I suggest everybody find some kind of outdoor group to join to mix and mingle with, because we're not going to be all indoors together again.
Well, that's easy for you to say, considering
not for a while.
you in the heat. It's getting cold up here.
I know you might have to find somebody with snow huskies or something up there. And
it's getting cold up here. I don't know how we're gonna find some nice outdoor activities
to do. A sledding team or something.
Hey, I was up here. I was up here last winter, and I went out every day walking. I just put on this bundled up. I wore my famous coat that everyone roasts every time I wear it. I had since high school that goes all the way down to my ankles. Yeah, and I just put that on, some boots, 2 pair of socks, a hat, and some gloves.
Winter,
go out
I think
walking
this winter is going to be
didn't matter.
A brutal one. I don't know. I always say that, and then it just be all right. It'd be okay. It'd be cool. It'd be a mouth. That's about it.
Why don't you get like a snowball fight league or something going?
Snowball fight league.
Meet up at a park every major snow that you get together.
I would like to try ice skating though. I've never done that.
Really?
It's like fun. Mm-hmm. I've never done that. I would like to do that. I would like to try that.
I haven't done that either. But they had the ice skating rink at the mall in Houston, so I think I'm going to do that probably this year.
Yep.
Yeah. But I'm going to do it like in July, just
Chicago,
to be obnoxious.
They have the ribbon and the other ice skating rink too.
Downtown, yeah.
Yeah, I went to that one. It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go with a guy.
Is it romantic?
I mean, I went to the ice skating rink that they had before the ribbon was made, and I wouldn't say it was romantic because one, the ice is not smooth. It's not as easy as rollerblading as someone told me it was. And
I've heard that too. So it's not.
You would have to go like when they first open, or right after they like smooth the ice out. Because if you go when there's a lot of people out there, it's already grooves in the ice, and you like riding over the grooves. So you wonder why people fall in this, because they really getting stuck. So. Like, so either go when they first open or go after they they take breaks, and then they'll come out and smooth the ice out. When they done smoothing the ice out, that's when you get out there and you hurry up and get you a couple little go rounds before everybody and their mama get on there and go around, and then you be on the ground. Trying to figure out why your ankle broke.
All right.
Oh, okay. I have a question Damo sent in earlier. The question is, can a male accept the same hurt he put a female through?
No.
He puts a female through.
Crybaby ass. Let me stop.
Not at all.
So this is actually really funny. So I know I made this joke to Tashi. Well, it's a joke, but it's not a joke. But I started coining cheat on him, sis, just in case. And I say it not because I'm condoning any of you cheating. I'm not saying go out there and stick it to any dude that you're with. It was a joke of just like, yeah, just in case, do it. But the thing about it was, if you are cheating or if you have cheated, what you're not going to get from me is vilification, because it is absolutely a huge double standard connected to cheating where men and women are concerned. Men do it and their friends find out about it and they cover for them. They'll do whatever. They'll look the other way. They'll laugh in the woman's face and, oh yeah, hey sis, you my girl sis. And then meanwhile, let me see the chick you messed around with last week. She bad. Oh yeah, you know, whatever. It's a laugh. But if he can do it for years and years and years and time again, but the first time she does it, she's the enemy. Everybody turns on her. He turns on her. You ungrateful bitch. You did this, that, you hurt me.
You a hoe. You this. You that.
You're the scum of the earth.
Yeah.
And for what? Because you gave him a taste of his own medicine for once in his life. And I can't stand to hear that. So if it is a situation of you doing it, and I'm tired of the, oh, well, a man go be a man. That being the simple argument as to, well, this is just what we do. No. There needs to be some exercising of self-control being involved here. You can't expect, the general expectation is that women don't do what men do, and also that women don't like sex, which is a huge misconception. Women like sex just as much as men do,
if not more.
Right, sex drives very man to man. Sex drives very woman to woman. You don't know what you're getting, but the expectation should be the same across the board. If you're holding her to a moral standard, then you be that moral standard. So they're never in any position to take the same mess that they've been dropping on us, because they're conditioned to believe that it's perfectly acceptable for them to get away with and do whatever they want all the time. So,
but we're not supposed to do it.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. But if any of you ever come to me in a dire straits of, you know, I was thinking about stepping out on my man and I don't know
what to do, sis.
I'm going to say, like, don't expect to hear it from me, because I'm not going to be the one to say it.
You say, I'm not going to tell you don't do it.
Exactly. Because, I mean, there's still such a thing as karma, and you have to be prepared for whatever consequences come with whatever.
Everything that happens in the dark comes to the light.
Yeah. Exactly. Don't put anything out into the universe that you don't wish to receive for yourself. So that's what I say. I'm not telling you to not do it. I'm not encouraging you to do it either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Understood. Anyone else have any thoughts on this?
I agree, sis.
Well, I feel like men are emotional creatures, although they try to hide it. Men, I feel like, as a woman, and I'm speaking for myself, and then you guys can chime in too, but I feel like we do go through a lot, you know, mentally and physically. Just starting off dating and then actually getting married, and, you know, going through those different stages in our life. But the things that we have gone through and are going through, men wouldn't be able to do that, period. They just can't.
So who do you think is more emotional, a man or a woman?
I think
we're equally emotional, just allowed to be emotional in different ways.
I think it just kind of depends on the situation, you know. But I honestly think, and I've seen men be emotional, and it's fucking sad. Honestly, it really is. Like, I've seen men like cry. Well, I'm not going to say that. You know, men should cry. You know, they should be able to shed tears. They should be able to shed emotions. But in a relationship, and a woman cheated on her boyfriend or her spouse, doing the same thing as her spouse did to her, he will not be able to handle it at all. Period. Not at all. You will be all types of names, and to his family, to his friends. He probably even go on social media. Who knows? Yeah. You know, like,
I warned you about her. I told you I never liked that girl.
Right. Yes. And then, like, as you know, some women, like, they'll take their man back several times, you know. Mm-hmm. But it's, you know, and As soon as you do that to him, it's a problem. It's an issue. It's a concern. Now everybody has to be involved. Now everybody's on your case, you know. But I don't think men can handle it. I really don't. Not at all.
I think I kind of cut in on you when you were saying how men are emotional, or if men are more emotional than women. I think we're both equally emotional. It's the way that we're allowed to be or express those emotions is what makes us different. Women, I think it's always been acceptable for us to cry, almost expected for us to cry. Men, it has not always been acceptable. And like, just like you said, like I've seen men cry. Like, yeah, it is okay for them to cry, but we're just now in 2020 at the point where we're saying, hey, man, y'all probably should have been crying a long time ago because y'all got and that's been a problem that you haven't been crying. So I look at the ways in which we had been seeing those outbursts. Like when you think of a man, you know, going crazy at a football game and, you know, punching a hole through a wall or something at his house when his team loses, that's being emotional. If you say, oh, like, well, I was just excited about the game or whatever, that's an emotion. You're being emotional. I'm not punching holes in my wall for nothing or because, you know, so-and-so didn't get a touchdown or because, you know, basketball wives didn't get another season. I mean, that's just ridiculous stuff. But if we do whatever, we cry or we laugh with our friends or we gossip, whatever, men do all the same things. They just treat us like, oh, well, that's expected from y'all. Or if they hear about a man acting out in a certain way, then, oh, well, you know, he's behaving like a female or something like that. And like, and it's not like you all do the same things. Well, if you flip out or cry about your girlfriend, if you, you know, let's not act like women are the only ones who make crazy phone calls to their men. Like men absolutely make crazy phone calls to us when they get upset with us or when they're emotional. I know we've all laughed and joked about men who have left 30 messages on our phones overnight because they were upset or wondering where we are or wondering what we're doing or wondering who we're with. Or, you know, these are things that it is, they're more common than people like to admit to. So I just think that we're all exactly the same. We're all human beings at the end of the day.
And I think there needs to be more talk, like open dialogue like this, you know, especially like for men. You know, I feel like men, they don't express themselves, you know, even amongst their own peers or, you know, amongst, you know, their spouse or their partner or whatever. Like, yeah, I feel like right, in the society, it's not acceptable, which is sad. You know, it's not in the norm for a man to shed tears or be emotional. That's not normal. No, it is normal. They should.
I think we should just stop putting what we think things should be and stop telling each other what we think they should do. And, you know, like, so that there is no such thing as normal. Like, you know what I mean? It's just everyone's like their own unique radiant light. Yes. You know what I mean? I wish it was more of that.
That's how it should be. Makes sense.
Yes, more open expression across the board. Being able to communicate your feelings and communicate what and how something made you feel and think is incredibly important across the board. Like having emotional intelligence is incredibly important, and a lot of men don't have it. A lot of women don't have it, and I think that's a big problem and miscommunication and a miscommunication on expectations from each other too. How can you tell somebody what you need when you don't even know how to vocalize it or express it in a manner?
Yeah.
Yep.
Agreed. Well, man, I got kind of deep.
We'll see you next Sunday.
No,
deep
I have more like. Do you guys have more time? Yeah. Is there anything you guys want to plug, shout out, give thanks for?
Give thanks for. I'm gonna give thanks for you. I'm gonna give thanks for all you amazing souls who are here, listening to us, listening with us, but especially the co-host and creator of the Positive Vibe Enthusiast. you all make my day. Like it's really just so refreshing to talk to you all. It's good to hear all your voices. It's good to connect. Even with us being in different areas of the U.S., it's always good to, be able to have this time with you all. So I'm grateful for that. But also, hashtag Sips and Splits coming soon.
All right now.
Yes, can't wait. I've been ready to twerk it out. Can't wait. Can't wait. I'm on a waiting list, y'all. Can't wait. Shut up and take my money, as they say.
That's what I'm talking about.
How about anyone else?
I'm thankful for the fact that we
Why
all
not?
woke up today.
Yes.
And we have a breath of fresh air to breathe. With everything that is going on in the world today, I know, we talk about this every day. We live in it right now. And it's just so crazy. But the fact that we all woke up and we all healthy is a plus. Hindsight, look, I'm down 2 pounds, y'all. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just over here dropping this weight. I'm blessed about that. Look, I'm trying to, because let me tell you, hashtag get this business. When that beauty bar on wheels pop out on y'all, you know what I'm saying? Coming to all local cities near you. When it come out, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
trying
y'all better be ready.
Trying to get an appointment. You do eyebrows too, Tracey?
And I'm gonna be right for y'all. What you say? Do
yes.
I do what?
You do eyebrows?
What? Okay, let me run down a list for you real quick. What I do? I wax any and everything.
Hey, I need all of that. Come on, come through.
I do facials. I do makeup. I do lashes. I do nails. I do feet.
Hey, are you gonna dabble in microblading?
Microblading.
Yeah.
I want to take that class.
You gonna take that class?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good.
Microblading?
Do you have you had that done?
I want it done. I've never had it done.
I'm asking Damo.
I want to tap into that, and I also want to tap into dermaplaning too.
Ooh. I've seen some YouTube videos on that.
Get your skin right.
Yeah.
What you say? Slogan: get it right, get you tight.
I'm trying to get all of your services, Tracey.
Get it right, get it tight.
You travel.
Look, I'm trying to tell you.
Tracey, what's your Instagram?
Let me get my Trey TRAY _ day 85.
Okay. All right then, Trey Day.
So y'all go follow her.
Yeah, but
like, share, follow.
Let me get my bus on wheels. My mobile bus on wheels. Beauty bar. I got a bag. I gotta go get it.
If you already got it, it's yours. It's on its way.
Just claim.
And you know what's so crazy though? Oh, it definitely is.
It's gonna find you.
Oh, I feel it deep down in my soul, in my spirits. I feel it.
Exactly. So it's gonna find you. Just chill out. It's coming. It's on its way. It's on Trey Day's day. Way. That's pretty funny, guys.
Oh wow!
Really? How long you been over at Glitter Nail Salon, Tracey?
So I wasn't there long. I went to school there though.
Oh, okay.
I didn't work
there before.
You have?
Yeah, it was cool. Well, I liked them that they were a black-owned salon, and you know they had their stuff together. I really liked it down there.
Yep, I didn't work there for long due to unfortunate circumstances. It was a great experience, though.
Okay.
It was a great experience. I learned a lot. I gained a lot.
Good.
Glitter Nail.
Shout out to that
salon,
nail salon
and academy. It's a school and a salon in one.
Whoop, whoop.
School in one building, salon in the other building. Uh-oh.
I know.
I think somebody coming for Tony's commercials.
No, not at all. No, Tony got me deep. Let me tell you that Ziploc commercial. I was googling this Ziploc bag he was talking about because I'm thinking about buying it. Like, let me find out.
That's so funny. Well, how about you, Dominique? Anything you want
I guess
to
we're talking about
shout
being
out,
thankful. I mean, I'm thankful
give
that
thanks for?
I'm thankful for my family, my friends. Thankful for my marriage. I'm thankful for my job. Sometimes it
Oh
stresses
yeah.
me out, but I'm thankful to be employed. I'm thankful to be breathing, to be alive, to be energetic, to be sipping on this Tito's and tropical punch.
Mm. Let me find out.
I don't know. I'm just thankful to just be here. Period. Thankful to have my car paid off.
Hey.
Thankful to just finally get my credit score up, up,
Yeah,
up. I mean, I'm thankful for a lot. Like just financially. But I don't know. That's
all
it.
the
I
way
mean,
up.
there are some things that I'm working on, but I don't want to share because it's not finalized or anything yet. So it will come one day. But yeah, I'm just
I'm just
thankful
saying,
just to be here, just to breathe.
that's amazing. Well, I am definitely grateful for friends. Like I said, my sister has been very gracious in picking me up and taking me to the airport. And Yesenia, asking me to be her son's godmother. That was very touching. And that's just great. Like now I have three um
Mm-hmm.
nieces and
Mm-hmm.
nephews now. Like that's nice, That's the way I see it. And then I'm grateful for, like I say, friends because Jenny let me stay at her house and it was very nice and relaxing there. Jackson let me rent out his room
He is so funny.
for a few nights. He was so gracious. Very funny. Y'all, he was like, what's funny? Like, why he wasn't going at first. Like, no, wait a second. No.
Like a
Like,
grown
we talked
man.
about it, but I didn't say okay.
Like a
Yeah, like you guys said, to be alive and to
Yes,
have this
ma'am.
positive vibe and be doing it with you guys. Well, on that note, I'm going to wish you guys a very good night. And I wish everyone out there an
good
All
awesome
right.
good
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 night,
night.
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 ladies.
So, yeah, good night, everybody.
Go to sleep.
Ooh, great show.